Hey guys, Marsingin here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so today we are going to be taking a look at the STR Carnival Goku up against Red Zone Broly. So obviously this one is going to be interesting because we are going to have type disadvantage when we get to the very end. So the goal, of course, is going to be to have our Scouter effect unlocked with him before we get to that final phase, because then of course we can protect him from being hit by a super attack from AGL Broly. Because even if we get him fully built up, we do like the we get 24 keys, so we get a guaranteed additional super, get the additional from the hidden potential, so we get like a triple super turn. None of that is going to matter if he then eats a super attack from AGL Broly, because obviously he's STR. Even with having good defense, because of the type disadvantage, it means I'm pretty sure Broly does over like 1.5 million damage for type disadvantage. So it doesn't matter, like, you know, what his defense gets up to for that turn. I'm fairly sure even on a triple super turn, I don't think he can get up to 1 million defense, or especially mine anyway, because mine has one dupe, right? So yeah, if he gets hit by a super attack, then he's getting killed. So we need to make sure that does not happen. Now, fortunately, Broly does attack quite a lot, right? So, I mean, we already saw on this turn, there were multiple attacks in slot 1. So if we'd had the Goku on this first turn, we'd have gotten quite a few hits in. Now, we have been able to seal him thanks to God Goku. So that definitely helps as well, right? Because it means we can put our STR Carnival Goku on the next turn, basically wherever the most attacks are, and we won't have to worry too much about him potentially eating a super, because he can't super this turn. So yeah, there you go. So we can get 5 attacks if we put him in slot 1. Now, do we need to raise our defense? So you got 200k defense. Do they have All in the Family? No, he doesn't have it anyway. So yeah, we don't get the extra. So what we'll do then, we don't really need to 18 key super, although actually, yeah, there's too many rainbow orbs. I can't not 18 key super. So we'll do this, because ideally I would like the Goku to not kill, because then we get the full 5 hits, and of course then we get a stack in with Vegeta and Trunks as well. So that has worked out quite nicely with the seal. Broly doing double-digit damage, we get these extra buffs in. So actually we're getting the 5 hits in the first turn. That gives Goku not only his full passive for the extra attack and defense, but it gives him the extra 2 key, which is obviously very helpful. And so now we are just 5 hits. Well, now there's the 5th hit. You can see the key up symbol. So now we are 5 hits away from having his full passive unlocked. So off to a good start here. Vegeta and Trunks should finish off Broly. I guess it depends on the additional RNG. Yeah, there we go. I was going to say, if they just do 2 additional normal attacks, then they potentially don't kill him. But alright, well, never mind. Alright, so Goku and Gohan coming in with their 12 key super. I still like this unit. When I go against Broly, oh, nice voice crack there. When I go up against Broly, I do like to bring some tech-heavy units, and we do share 6 links with this Goku and Gohan, because once we get our rotations set up the way we want them, then obviously I want to have... actually, yeah, we'll just do this straight away. I want to have Carnival Goku on both rotations, which we have now, and then I want to have the other units floating. So, seems weird to have God Goku floating, but obviously on this particular team setup, we've got a Vegeta and Trunks for both turns to go in slot 1. So we don't really need God Goku as a slot 1 tank. And to be fair, with how hard Broly can hit you at the end, the last thing you want is your slot 3 unit eating a super. Because normally, you know, especially if you're running a lot of supports, which we're not on this team, but just in general, the unit in slot 3 is very often the weakest defensively. So considering the fact AGL Broly can super attack twice in 1 turn, that God Goku being there in slot 3 could potentially save us in that AGL phase. But I guess it depends on what the rotation looks like when we get there, and whether or not we actually have the Scouter effect ready to go, because we can't seal this tech Broly. So there is obviously the possibility that we eat a super to the face in the next turn, because I'm going to want to put this Goku in the slot where the most attacks are, which is in slot 1. Technically it is slot 3. If I floated him off here, he would get his full passive active. Because yeah, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 attacks. So I could do that. Now, I don't want to fuse with Gogeta this early, so I might leave him there. Shall I do this? I think I will do this. So, the only thing is I really don't want you to kill. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I actually can do this, right? Because if we... I feel like there's no way between the 3 of these units getting their super attacks, there's no way we don't kill Broly. So, I guess we will have to go ahead and put you in slot 1. And hope we don't eat a super to the face. Now, we do have 359k defense. Plus, remember, he has 30% damage reduction. So, we should be okay. I suppose, to be fair, I could have just fused with Gogeta for the fact that we're going to have a secondary scouter effect. What's debating that if I fuse with him now, we have the super attack is in slot 1. Let me make sure the animation is on skip, yeah. What's debating? Let's find out. Let's go ahead and do it. Oh, he's not supering this turn at all. Okay, well, that's perfect. Alright, well, that works out nicely. So, now we're going to get hits, what, 6, 7, and 8. So, this Goku needs to be hit twice to be fully scouted up, have the active skill ready. Now, the good thing about this Goku's active skill is when you use his active skill, not only is it a guaranteed crit, but then his attacks for the rest of the turn are a guaranteed crit. So obviously this helps us out massively in the fight against AGL Broly, because we're trying to fight through type disadvantage. So that will actually be super beneficial. Yeah, see, Vegeta and Trunks getting their additionals in here. I'm pretty sure if we left the rotation with STR Goku in slot 3, he would have ended up killing him, and then obviously not gotten those 5 hits in, which would then put us at a disadvantage, because we'd be a couple of extra hits behind our goal. So we're going to get to AoE Broly now, which is always the most annoying. However, we do have our scouter effect, so super attacking in the 2nd slot. The worst possible place for him to be super attacking, for the fact that we have these guys on rotation who get basically all of their defense by super attacking. So let's go ahead and do this. I do kind of want to save all those STR orbs for Carnival Goku, so we'll do that. And then yeah, I need to double Whis here. I'm pretty sure I need to double Whis because they have what defense start turn? Yeah, 115k. So what happens, like I say, when you get all of your defense on super attack, then it's not particularly good to be getting hit by an AoE super. So let's see. We should do some decent damage this turn. Obviously, we have the Tech Carnival Goku. Both him and the Vegeta and Trunks are building up their defense here, getting these 18 key supers in. So they would be fine. If we had, like, if this was the rotation where we had God Goku in slot 3, 1 Whis would have easily been enough to make sure we survived the turn. But unfortunately, the Tech Goku and Gohan, not the best unit to have on rotation for the AoE Broly, unfortunately. Because now, once they've gotten their super attacks off, I think everyone just takes double-digit damage anyway. But Goku and Gohan might actually still take more than double digits because their defense is so low. Because double Whis, it gives us what, like, is it 80%? Is it 40% per Whis? So we got 80% damage reduction. But, yeah, see, because their defense is so low before they super, they still take damage from that. So I do really like this unit, but they need some, like, build-up. They kind of need some, like, care and attention to get their full potential out. So I guess, to be fair, having them as, like, a random floating slot 3 unit doesn't give them their best performance, but... Oh, nice. Okay, well, I think it doesn't matter because we've got the items active. So this is going to give us the final hits that we need. There's no way Goku kills, because even though Goku will do quite a lot of damage here, it's not going to be enough to kill Broly, because Broly does have a lot of health. So I'm just going to grab same type orbs here, build up towards the Dokkan gauge, and then we will be good to go into the AGL phase. So 11 million for Carnival Goku. Considering he shares 5 links with Vegeta and Trunks, there's no support on the rotation. That is pretty good, right? And then we get the guaranteed additional 7.4, because my Goku is full level 10 links now, but as I said earlier in the video, he is only 1 dupe, so him putting out that kind of damage, you gotta remember, like, his primary goal, I mean, we're using him in the showcases. I want to highlight him, right? But he is a support unit. So, you know, you're often going to have him floating. He's providing 2 key and 50% defense. And then he's backing that up by not only having good defense post super attack, but he also has 30% damage reduction. So he is a very good unit. And for then him to be doing all of that and then doing like an 11 million attack stat with no support is pretty good. So I definitely am very happy with how this guy turned out. So, alright, so there's only one super on the turn, so we'll go ahead and do this. What's their defense now? 458. Okay, so after we get the supers off on this turn, we should be looking good. We're going to get the full 18 key super with you. Wait, no, what am I doing? I want you, you there. And then I guess we might as well do this. Gogeta should be okay here, because Gogeta, because we transformed... When did we transform? A couple of turns ago, so he will still have the damage reduction. Well, the damage reduction lasts as long as the Scour effect, right? So the fact that we know the Scour effect is active, it means we know that the damage reduction is active as well. So this works out perfectly. What a good combo for getting to AGL Broly, right? So we have Gogeta on this rotation, so we get to see the location of the super attack. And then on the next turn, we're going to have STR Carnival Goku, whose passive is fully built up, so he's going to have his Scour effect as well. Now, obviously, I could have not floated off Gogeta, because I think, has he got one more turn of his Scouter effect? So essentially we would be able to see Broly's super attack location for the entire of the AGL phase, pretty much, right? So that definitely works out very nicely, because the problem for Goku, the Scouter effect is obviously really good, but there's no point having it on one turn and then on the next turn you don't have it and you die to a super. But the problem is Goku's leader skill, Battle of Wits, 200%. Like, that team desperately needs some more help, right? It's got Orange Piccolo and the STR Piccolo. Great rotation. The Carnival Goku can be a really good support unit. But then if you look at that team, it's mostly like Vegeto's, like Pycon is on there. Pycon can still be good, but in events that disable dodge, not so much. And then, because most of the category is like Vegeto's, a lot of whom are starting to become quite outdated against these tougher bosses. We do really need a new Dokkan Fest Vegito. I know Vegito fans starving out here after the double Gogeta anniversary last year. Then we didn't get Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4 Vegito for Heroes, which is what everyone was expecting. So we need a new really good Vegito who's like a really good slot 1 unit. And then I feel like the Battle of Wits team could be a little bit better. So, okay. I think, unironically, we might actually die. Because how much damage are you guys going to take in the last slot? So they're going to raise defense on their supers. We're going to get a ton of extra key because I'm going to use this active skill, which gives everyone else on the rotation 5 key, which is a very, very powerful effect. So let's go ahead and turn the animation skip off so we can see this. Remember, we are going to get a guaranteed crit off of this. Okay, I think actually, because I think we just win this turn, right? Because everyone gets 5 key, so we're going to be able to get the 24 key with Carnival Goku, which means he double supers, which are guaranteed crits. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and use this active skill. I actually really like this active skill as well. I don't use this unit that much anymore, because they are starting to become a bit outdated, but you can still use them, right? So this should do a nice little bit of extra damage. Go on, Gohan. Go Super Saiyan 2. Yeah, it's very cool. Yeah, eat that, Broly. Gohan, so proud of you. 6.5 mil. Yeah, we guarantee win this turn. So if we do this, that drops those down to connect with those. 24 key for you as well. But yeah, there's no way. Broly doesn't live the end of this turn, right? There's no way we get to the point where he actually drops the super on Goku and Gohan. Because Vegeta and Trunks, even if we get terrible RNG and they don't do any additional supers, their first super attack will still do reasonable damage to him, right? Yeah, 7.2 million attack. Pretty good. And then, yeah, the Goku's going to get guaranteed double super with the potential for a third one, because mine with the one dupe has 12 additional, and all of his attacks are going to be guaranteed crits, so it doesn't matter that Broly is AGL. So yeah, 11 million, because he shares, is it 5 with them as well? Yeah, he shares 6 links with Goku and Gohan. So, 6.3, then we get the guaranteed additional 7.4. Like I say, very good for a unit whose primary role can be just to be a support unit. We don't get the additional, sadly. But remember, when you get enough ki with Goku and Gohan, they get a guaranteed additional super as well. So they're dropping a 10 mil on their 18 ki. Considering we've been using them as a third slot floating unit, that is obviously still pretty good. So there you go. That is Red Zone Broly taken down by the STR Carnival Goku. I really, really like using him on this Vegeta and Trunks team, even though he only gets the 170 lead. I feel like I said it in the TN video, but this unit was kind of hurt by the change in the release schedule on Global. Because remember, on JP, Carnival Goku came out in part 2 of the Yamcha celebration, and Yamcha actually gives this Goku and the TN a full 200% lead. Whereas on Global, this Carnival Goku doesn't actually have a 200% leader skill outside of his own one. And his, as we've already said, his own one, the team is kind of eh. But anyway, let me know what you guys think down below. I think this unit is super good. It's a shame we don't know when they're going to come back, because I would be tempted to summon for that second dupe, but after how badly my summons went in the first place, I'm probably not going to be touching that banner. I'm probably not going to be summoning on Global now until the next thing comes out, which hopefully should be Tech Bardock. But let me know your thoughts on the Carnival Goku down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.